It goes downhill a little bit late week into the upcoming weekend. Clouds hanging tough here this morning, and clouds actually keeping temperatures up in some spots. So instead of 30s and frosty, if you've got some cloud cover around, your numbers may actually be up a few degrees. There are some frost advisories around in some areas. Frost advisory expires mid-morning. Will go on through today. With sunshine, limited, generally cloudy. Highs only in the mid-50s. Overnight tonight, partly cloudy down to a colder 36. Once again, areas of patchy frost around. I think a better chance, too, with the sky being a little clearer. Sunshine and 65 tomorrow. Friday, some showers in the afternoon, low 70s, and then periods of rain early Saturday. High Saturday only in the upper 40s, and that's not even the worst of it. On Sunday, a mix of clouds and sunshine, highs in the mid-40s. Overnight lows could get down into the upper 20s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, a Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
That's one way to wake us up around here, Ray, is to mention the upper 20s, but that's part of the change as we move forward. The barometer this morning is at 30.12. The winds are out of the west at 5 miles an hour. No precip in the past 24 hours. Waking up with 45 degrees from the studios of WCLU this morning. Let's get our first check of local news going to the newsroom this morning. Here's WCLU News Director Angela Briggs. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, Henry. State police are investigating a fatal collision in Cumberland County. The two-vehicle fatal collision happened on Kentucky 61 near the 449 intersection about 6 miles south of Burkesville last night. Preliminary investigation indicates 31-year-old Ryan Cleary of Burkesville was driving a 2011 Jeep northbound. When for an unknown reason, he crossed the center line into the path of a 2011 Max semi-truck and trailer operated by 34-year-old Jordan Turner of Albany. Cleary was transported to the Cumberland County Hospital by the Cumberland County EMS, where he was pronounced dead by the Cumberland County coroner. Both were wearing their seatbelts. Turner was uninjured at the time of the collision. A construction project will temporarily close a section of US 68 on Edmonton Road just west of the Metcalfe County line at mile point 23 in Barron County. The closure begins Monday and is expected to reopen Wednesday. A detour for through traffic will be placed and will utilize Kentucky 1519 and the Cumberland Parkway. Local traffic may choose to utilize Love Knob Road, Big Meadow Road, and Kentucky 640. The construction project will consist of replacing the box culverts on Edmonton Road. The project was awarded in August to Charles DeWeese Construction in the amount of just under $100,000. And here's Ernie Myers with the latest news from the Glasgow-Barron County Chamber of Commerce.
Folks, we're going to have another ribbon cutting this morning. Glasgow-Barron County Chamber of Commerce will have a ribbon cutting down at the Mattingly Farms. Will be at 10 o'clock this morning. That's where Kenny's Farmhouse Country Cheese is made. We're going to celebrate the Mattingly's getting new robotic milkers, along with delving into agritourism. They have a lodging facility that they're going to open up, and we're going to cut the ribbon for that this morning. So Kenny's Farmhouse Country Cheese is located at 2033 Thomerson Park Road. You can either go to Dry Fork and take a right, or you can go down 31E South. Take a left onto 87 there in front of Barron River State Park. Go down and take a left there at Tracy and go down to Kenny's Farmhouse Country Cheese, where we'll be cutting the ribbon for the Mattingly Farm improvements that they've put into place down there. So come down, celebrate new opportunities for business, new opportunities for employment, and one fine place to buy yourself some cheese. So that's what's going on with the Glasgow-Barron County Chamber of Commerce, where we're working together, building a better community.
It's 6:12 a.m. on this Wednesday morning, 45 degrees.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
You're watching WCOU's Live and Local Morning Show on all your favorite social media platforms, WCOUradio.com and EPB Channel 6.
Would you like to choose when you pay your electric bill? With EPB iPay, you can. iPay allows you to draft money into your electric account online or at our office. The myusage.com website lets you keep track of how much electricity you're using and lets you know your current balance. When your account's getting low, you can get reminders to add more money to your electric account by text or email. With iPay, there's no due date, no late fees. Sign up for iPay at the EPB office at 100 Mallory Drive.
Who will be the future face of
the UK Healthcare Markey Cancer Centre Network?
In more local news, a plaque declaring Jefferson Davis a hero will be removed. The plaque is attached to the statue of Jefferson Davis in Kentucky's capital and will be removed because it refers to the only president of the Confederacy as a hero and also as a patriot. The state's Historic Properties Advisory Commission voted to remove the plaque during a special called meeting Tuesday. Last month, the committee had recommended removing the plaque because it contains subjective language. Susan McCroby, past president of the Kentucky Division of the United Daughters of the Confederacy, vowed to file a lawsuit to keep the plaque in place. Black leaders in Kentucky have asked to remove the statue. The efforts gained momentum following the racially motivated murders of 9 people at a South Carolina church back in 2015. The commission later chose to keep the statue, but to provide more historical context. Governor Matt Bevin says the actual legislation aimed at shoring up Kentucky's woefully underfunded public retirement system will be unveiled soon. The Republican governor promoted the proposal yesterday at an event sponsored by the Greater Louisville Incorporated, the city's Chamber of Commerce, the day after teachers expressed concern during a public forum. Bevin told reporters afterward the legislation will align with the details he announced last week alongside top legislative leaders. The governor plans to call a special session before the year's end to deal with the pension issue. The plan has drawn harsh criticism from a group representing public school teachers. Media outlets report that the KEA president, Stephanie Winkler, said the plan would devastate public education. Bevin said Tuesday opponents haven't offered alternatives. He said his plan keeps promises to public sector workers and resolves the problem. And from Shelbyville, a Kentucky police officers fatally shot a woman while performing a welfare check on another person. St. Matthews Police spokesman Troy Armstrong told WDRB-TV the agency asked the Shelbyville police to check on a man after being warned that a woman he'd been in a relationship with was unstable and might harm him. State Police Trooper Bernice Napier told the media that as part of the Monday night welfare check, officers were also looking for a particular car. Said the person at the home was okay, but the officers found the car nearby and the officers shot the woman in the vehicle. Deputy Coroner Jeff Ivers identified the woman as 31-year-old Ashley Bertucci of Louisville. It's unclear what prompted the unidentified officer to fire. The races of the two have not been released. With WCLU Local News, I'm Angela Briggs. Right now it is 6:17 a.m., 45 degrees.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Hello.
That'll be $349.07. Sir, I can't take that, and that's only about $120 anyway.
But the Magic Man pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
Top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused with Magic Mike.
The housing lender, member FDIC.
The When it comes to Electric Avenue, folks, that's exactly where WCLU News will take you Thursday morning. For the past 2 years, there's been a lot of talk about them, and I thought it was high time that someone actually sat down and talked with them. This Thursday morning at 7 a.m., we will debut part 1 of Power, Politics, and People and the Cost of Misinformation, where I sit down with Jeff Harnett, chairman for the Glasgow Electric Plant Board of Directors. We not only take a look back at the past couple of years, but even as early as the 1980s when the term infotricity was actually coined. From board intent to the rollout to the impact of social media and misinformation, Harnett was willing to talk about it all, and that's exactly what we did. So again, make sure you're tuned in this Thursday morning at 7 a.m. for part 1. We'll debut part 2 of Power, Politics, and People Friday morning at 7 a.m. If it impacts you, then it's local news. And as always, here at WCLU, we are your home for local. I'll see you Thursday morning.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Ed Huckleberry. The actual legislation that would shore up the state's underfunded public retirement system will be unveiled soon. Governor Bevin says a special session will be called, but so far he has not indicated when that might happen. That plan has drawn harsh criticism from the Kentucky Education Association. Bevin disagrees with them and tells WLKY,
"My response to that is, what is their solution? What is their alternative? There isn't any."
Bevin says his plan keeps promises to public sector workers and resolves the funding problem. A plaque attached to a Jefferson Davis statue at the state capitol will be removed because it refers to the only president of the Confederacy as a hero and a patriot. The state's Historic Properties Advisory Commission voted to remove the plaque during a specially called meeting Tuesday. Susan McCroby, a past president of the Kentucky Division of United Daughters of the Confederacy, vowed to file a lawsuit to keep the plaque in place. A near $25 million grant will help develop pre-literacy skills as well as stronger reading and writing skills among Kentucky children. The 3-year grant from the federal government is to create a comprehensive approach to advanced literacy. Former University of Louisville Athletics Director Tom Jurich is responding to allegations laid out in his termination letter.
In a statement, Jurich calls the allegations untrue and unproven and an attempt to smear his reputation. The statement says Jurich was one of the most involved athletic directors in the U.S., and he consistently checked in with his coaches and athletes on a daily basis. As for the allegation that Jurich entered into deals with former President Jim Ramsey for his own financial benefit, the former AD says it is simply untrue. I'm Paul Miles.
And I'm Ed Huckleberry.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
BR Tire. We're always on call, and we answer the call. We know that's what keeps our loyal customers coming back season after season, year after year. With so many vying for your business, improving our service is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. From our easy-to-navigate website to our easy-to-deal-with service department, we work hard to make it easy for you to choose us. No one keeps you rolling like BR Tire on Lovers Lane in Bowling Green and West Main Street in Glasgow.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow wants you to know that if you've recently lost a loved one or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible. With plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options, South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David, Jerry, and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit SouthCentralKYMonuments.com.
Local news time from WCLU is 6:22. We have 45 degrees. Ray Staging says it's going to warm up a wee bit today before we get really cool this weekend. In area funeral announcements this hour, Samuel Depp Bird, age 86, of Knob Lick, died Monday at T.J. Sampson Community Hospital. Sam was a farmer and a member of the Antioch Baptist Church at Nablick. Sam was also a U.S. Army veteran. He is survived by his wife, Helen Pointer Bird, 5 children, Darrell Bird and wife Beverly of Heistville, Debbie Wilkerson and husband Greg of Lanesville, Indiana, Shawnee Thixton of Louisville, Lisa Mosier of Nablick, and Joe Alexander and husband Jim of Nablick. 5 grandchildren, Jody, Jamie, Sarah, Holly, and Randy, and 7 great-grandchildren also survive. Service for Samuel Depp Bird will be held at 1 o'clock Friday at the Antioch Baptist Church. Burial to follow in the Heistville Cemetery. Visitation will be from 4 until 8 Thursday at Butler Funeral Home in Edmonton, and after 9 o'clock Friday at the Antioch Baptist Church. Vicki Gross Avery, age 60, of Burkesville, died Monday at her residence. She is survived by her mother, Ira Riddle Gross of Burkesville, her husband, Jeff Avery, her siblings, Larry Gross of Indianapolis and Gary Gross of Burkesville, plus a host of other relatives and friends. Services for Vicki Gross Avery will be at 11 o'clock on Friday morning in the Memory Chapel of the Norris New Funeral Home, with burial to be in the Gross Cemetery in Cumberland County. The family will receive friends after noon Thursday until the funeral hour Friday. Contributions appreciated to the American Cancer Society. James Clifton Pettigo, age 85, of Glasgow, died Tuesday at the Medical Center in Bowling Green. He was a former Handmacher employee, insurance agent, and most recently with the Dollar General in Scottsville. He was a member of the Glasgow Baptist Church, the Allen Lodge No. 24 F&AM, the Corsair Shrine Club of Louisville, and the Glasgow Shrine Club. He is survived by his wife, Betty, 1 son, James Larry Pettigo of Nashville, 2 daughters, Donna Sharon and Carolyn Gray, 3 grandchildren, Heather Terry, Misty Johnson, and Dusty Gray, 5 great-grandchildren, Ashley Jewell, Blake Terry, Jillian and Reese Johnson, and Pearl Gray, 1 brother, David Pettigo, and 2 sisters-in-law, Elizabeth Emmett and Patricia Coates, all of Glasgow. Funeral services for James Clifton Pettigo will be at 1 o'clock Thursday at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, with burial to be in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Visitation today from 4 until 8, and Thursday after 8 until time for service. A Masonic Rites service will be held at 7 o'clock tonight. The public is invited to attend. Floyd E. Gibson, age 79, of Bee Spring, died Monday at the Medical Center in Bowling Green. The Evanston County native was a carpenter. Surviving are his wife, Cosetta Decker Gibson, a daughter, Rose Elmore of Mammoth Cave, 4 sons, Floyd, Tommy, Ronnie, and Roy Gibson, all of Bee Springs, 2 half-sisters, Mary White of Louisville and Laura Claycomb of Bowling Green, 13 grandchildren and 4 great-grandchildren. Service for Floyd Gibson will be at 1 o'clock Thursday at the Jock United Baptist Church. Burial will follow in the church cemetery. Visitation begins at noon today at the church, with the Grayville Funeral Home in charge of arrangements. Sharon June Murdy, age 72, of Edmonton, died yesterday at T.J. Sampson Community Hospital. The Potosi, Missouri native was a homemaker and a Pentecostal. Surviving are 2 sons, Dwight Murdy of Bowling Green and Ben Murdy of Byhalia, Mississippi, 4 daughters, Nancy Logston of Glasgow, Sherry Loven of Willow Springs, Missouri, Daisy Smith of Munfordville, and Dolly Slayton of Edmonton, 3 sisters, Joyce Books, Peggy Shores, and Bonnie Eller, 3 brothers, Dale Johnson, Jim Johnson, and Steve Johnson. 20 grandchildren and 9 great-grandchildren also survive. Funeral services for Sharon June Murdy will be Monday at the Center of God Church in West Plains, Missouri, with burial to follow in the Homeland Cemetery. Visitation begins at 3 p.m. today at the Grayville Funeral Home, and after 4 p.m. Sunday at the Robertson Drago Funeral Home in West Plains, Missouri. Mary Kathleen Coley Miles, age 74, of Tompkinsville, died Monday at the Medical Center of Bowling Green. The Indiana native was a member of the Cave Springs Baptist Church, a retired sales clerk for Grandview Market and Falcons Net. She was the widow of Jimmy Harold Miles. She is survived by two sons, Billy Miles and companion Rita Smith, and Jimmy Miles and companion Dolores, all of Tompkinsville, a brother James Coley of Tompkinsville. Two grandchildren, Seth Miles and Mary Kate Miles, both of Tompkinsville. 5 great-grandchildren, Logan Lee Thomas, Thomas Welch, Halen Brooke Welch, Cashton Earl Welch, Bentley Carter Miles, and Briley Grace Jesse. Services for Mary Kathleen Coley Miles will be at 11 o'clock Friday at the Strode Funeral Home in Tompkinsville, with burial to follow in the Bailey Cemetery at Heston. Visitation will be after 11 o'clock Thursday and after 7:30 Friday at the Strode Funeral Home in Tompkinsville. Service for Stella Anita Arms, age 71, of Tompkinsville, will be today at 1 o'clock at the Oakley Tribble Funeral Home. Interment is to be in the Mount Pleasant Baptist Church Cemetery in Barron County. Service for Louise Beckham Payne, age 91, of Glasgow, will be this morning at 11 o'clock at the Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home, with burial to be in the Pleasant Grove Missionary Baptist Church Cemetery. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day free at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary. It's going to be the concert of the
Finally, I
fall.
found
The
chicken
Sneed
tenders that can
family
pass
proud
as
to
mine,
host
which is
the
nice because I've got
Inspirations,
better
the
things
Troy
to do.
Burns family, and the Perry.
I need a longer straw.
Introducing McDonald's Buttermilk Crispy Tenders. Juicy and made with 100%
It's Friday
white
night,
meat.
October the 27th at the Cave City Convention Center. Some of the most popular artists in gospel music today for one night only.
Out on the hills of glory land, so happy and free at God.
Family.
It is hardened to it.
At Fire Pit Spirits, our #1 priority is responsibility. Number 2 and number 3 are our great service and our huge selection. So if you do drink alcohol, we want you to do so responsibly. Get the service you deserve in our store or in our convenient drive-through window. You can even call ahead at 678-BEER and we'll have it ready for you. We built our store from the ground up to ensure the largest selection and variety. But if we don't have what you're looking for, let us know. We appreciate your business here at Fire Pit Spirits in Glasgow.
You're watching WCOU's live and local morning show on all your favorite social media platforms, WCOUradio.com and EPB Channel 6.
Let's go. We're here for you.
Good morning from WCLU. It's 6:31 on the button. Set your clock by it here this morning, in fact, if you want to. Now let's decide what to wear today. Ray Stajic at the Weather Channel is on duty for us, and he says we're going to be getting a little bit cooler for a few days and really cold over the weekend.
We are going to run some chilly weather across the region as we head on through today. A little bit milder as we go through tomorrow and Friday, then much colder as we look ahead toward the weekend. Coldest air mass so far this fall. Overnight lows freezing or lower. Frost advisories expired this morning. Only in the 50s today. Normal high is 70. Tonight we'll ball to a colder 36 in many places. Then there will be frost around again. Sunshine tomorrow, warmer, 65. Rain gear for Friday, showers in the afternoon, low 70s. And we could have the rain linger into early Saturday as a stronger cold front comes through. Saturday only in the upper 40s. Sunday clouds and sunshine in the mid-40s with lows in the upper 20s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Yes, he did say upper 20s. How about that? Let's look at our current conditions. The barometer's at 29.93. Humidity at 84%. Southwest winds at 5 miles an hour. No precip in the past 24 hours. It's 44 at WCLU at 6:32.
For PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
Legendary Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store.
Check us out.
All right, Kaylee, we will. It's 6:33 WCLU. Let's go ahead and celebrate some birthdays today, because folks wake up and they need to know who all's celebrating, who to congratulate, and we kind of like sharing that here at WCLU. Ralphie's Fun Center likes sharing fun, and they do that so well. And coming up this Saturday, it's the big Ralphie's Fun Center Halloween Bash. Activities include a costume contest from 6 until 8 o'clock. The divisions will be 12 and under and 13 and up. And if you're 18 or older, though, you cannot wear a mask. So be sure and got to follow that rule for sure. Everyone entered into the contest is going to have their picture taken, and the pictures are going to be posted on Facebook and voted on by the general public. First place gets a $25 game card. Second place, a $15 game card. And third place gets a $10 game card. You can purchase a $10 multi-activity wristband. Cosmic bowling will be held from 7 p.m. until midnight. And also, you can enjoy the music that night from DJ Jazzy Joe. Am I saying that right? DJ Jazzy Joe. That's who it is. So it's coming up on Saturday night at Ralphie's Fun Center. Now let's talk about some birthday honorees here today, shall we? We have Jeff Bennett celebrating a birthday on this 25th day of October. Mr. Griffin Ross Jackson. Griffin has turned 7 today. Gilbert Piper, David Honeycutt, Dalton Stevens, Barbara Reed. It's Daniel Crumpton. Daniel's into the double digits today at 10. Jesse Hurt, your sister-in-law called up to wish you a happy birthday for Jesse Hurt. And we have Scarlett Gossett celebrating a birthday today, too. How's that for a good start? 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Online, it's WCLUradio.com. That's the way we celebrate. We got a birthday cake that somebody is guaranteed to win today off of this list. And so you need to get the folks who are celebrating on it for that to even happen. And then a beautiful rose from Greer's Florist. Always a beautiful rose. And that's going to be coming up to some lucky person on the list today, too. 6:35. Next up on my agenda is to take it back 100 years. And Angela will join me for the archive straight ahead here on WCLU. And a big thank you to Ralphie's Fun Center. Mark your calendar for Saturday nights.
Legendary Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next, because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
But we hope that one day there will be. And Saturday, October the 28th, the members of Allen Masonic Lodge would like to invite you to enjoy a pancake breakfast to benefit the research and aid to help those who deal with cystic fibrosis. They'll also be drawing for the winner of the gun raffle that morning, so be sure to attend. With elevator access, the lodge is on the 3rd floor of the U.S. Bank Building in downtown Glasgow. Help us help those families who are dealing with cystic fibrosis every day. Saturday, October 28th, Pancake Breakfast, hosted by Allen Masonic Lodge on the 3rd floor of the U.S. Bank Building, downtown Glasgow.
Busy weekend, as you can tell, with so many things that we enjoy promoting here on WCLU. But on Friday night, a Barron County High School class of 2007 is going to be having their reunion. Now, it's been 10 years. The 10-year reunion sometimes can be tough because everybody's still worried about what they look like after 10 years. And it's going to be from 6 until 10 p.m. at the Old French Restaurant on this Friday night. Tickets are only $35. Going to get to see a lot of your pals. For information, call 270-331-4039. Again, that is the evening of Friday night, this Friday night, 6 until 10 p.m. Why don't we do some archiving this morning? Making memories, going backwards down memory lane. We have some very special folks who do some digging, do the sharing. We just enjoy the harvest. Talking about Miss Mary Jones, Mr. Ray Green, Miss Gail Berry, and other folks there at the South Central Kentucky Cultural Center, Sherry Wesley and crew. And we're going to get on the train that goes down memory lane after this word from our sponsors, Tony Hogan Health Clinic and Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services.
The medical field has advanced tremendously over the last few decades, but for patients, it becomes more and more difficult to get an appointment with your primary care provider. However, the Tony Hogan Health Clinic offers an alternative, more old-fashioned, laid-back approach. So it's no coincidence they're located in the Mars Medical Building, a place that's always been known for its patient-first mentality. Whether it's a walk-in or a scheduled visit, Tony Hogan, nurse practitioner, and his staff are there to make sure you get the treatment you deserve. The Tony Hogan Health Clinic, 270-651-6707. 15,000 inventory items, custom brake hoses while you wait, cylinder repair. Is there anything Joseph A. Wade can't do? Well, one thing's for sure, Joseph A. Wade Incorporated serves a large community of people who believe there's no job they can't do, and that's the same attitude Joseph A. Wade has in their line of work. So for the smallest screws, Allen wrenches, or drill bits, or even a 5-stage hydraulic cylinder measuring 25 feet in length, Joseph A. Wade's motto, no problem. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated, 311 Industrial Drive, Glasgow.
When it comes to Electric Avenue, folks, that's exactly where WCLU News will take you Thursday morning. For the past 2 years, there's been a lot of talk about them, and I thought it was high time that someone actually sat down and talked with them. This Thursday morning at 7 a.m., we will debut part 1 of Power, Politics, and People and the Cost of Misinformation, where I sit down with Jeff Harnett, chairman for the Glasgow Electric Plant Board of Directors. We not only take a look back at the past couple of years, but even as early as the 1980s when the term infotricity was actually coined. From board intent to the rollout to the impact of social media and misinformation, Harnett was willing to talk about it all, and that's exactly what we did. So again, make sure you're tuned in this Thursday morning at 7 a.m. for part 1. We'll debut part 2 of Power, Politics, and People Friday morning at 7 a.m. If it impacts you, then it's local news. And as always, here at WCLU, we are your home for local. I'll see you Thursday morning.
That's right. We're making archives for the future.
I tell you what, my mic's on. There we go. I tell you what, that was all jokes aside. Electric Avenue. I love that song, but that is one of the very, very few interviews where, I mean, there was nothing that Jeff Harnett didn't want to talk about. There was nothing that he said that's off limits. I mean, he was willing to talk about it all.
Well, I mean, that's the way to get the word out for sure.
I mean, exactly. It was. I mean, that's definitely one of my proudest, I would say, news stories.
All right. Well,
and also, I've got to give 2 shout-outs.
Okay.
So, Harold Wooten, Glasgow resident.
Yeah.
I ran into him this weekend, and he has got more pumpkins, Henry. I have never seen this many pumpkins for $2 a piece.
Well, now where does Harold have those?
At the top of Hillcrest Hill.
Okay. All right.
Hillcrest is over there, like behind the jail.
Yeah, I know where that is.
And I'm telling you, his entire front yard is like. Put it like this: my mother. I got a bunch of them, and she said, she's going to come over and get one. She's like, I've got to go get my own. So she got an entire carload.
Yeah.
I don't even know what she's going to do with all of them. But
who wants somebody else to pick out your pumpkin for you,
Well, I mean, look, my mother knew it was not that serious. But we went over there, and I mean, you would not believe how many pumpkins are up there. So I just want to give him a shout out. He, definitely a good guy, local guy, and go up there and buy a pumpkin. $2. You can't beat that.
It's getting to be that time,
It is that time.
It's like really, it is that time.
It is that time, yes.
And it's fun, and you can be fun and creative with all that.
Yes, and also I want to remind folks tomorrow morning, tune in at 7. Grab a cup of coffee.
All right.
sit on your couch. Stop your vehicle because you'll need to, absorb it all.
I'll be here.
I'll be here too.
And that's tomorrow at 7 o'clock?
Yes, and then we're going to upload the entire, it's 2 half-hour interviews. Of course, we won't air the entire half hour, but those will be available online. After we may live stream them. I got to talk to Wes about that, but I tell you what, there was absolutely nothing that he wouldn't talk about, nothing that was off limits, and it's very matter of fact, very conversational, easy to understand.
Let's go for it.
Let's go for it.
100 years ago.
Okay.
This is what we were going for. This was in the Glasgow Republican.
Okay.
Now, when I first read this, I'm thinking we've had this story before, but we haven't had this story before.
Okay.
The headline reads: New insurance firm. Mr. Lee Owsley of Elizabethtown has associated himself with Mr. Elvin Pettigo in the insurance business, and he has leased the Hatcher residence on Green Street, where he and his family will spend the winter. Mr. Hatcher and family are in Oklahoma. Elvin Pettigo, as Ray Green inserts here, founded what is now ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance in 1902. Here he was in 1917 bringing on staff, and that's an interesting, spend the winter in Glasgow.
Right.
Because we have such balmy winters around here,
What?
And he's moving his family from Oklahoma here. They'll be impressed. That was in 1917. That's one way to get good folks to work for you. We have a good town to raise your family in.
It's not freezing. It's not freezing cold. Yes, it is.
Well, it can be.
Well, if you don't like the weather in Kentucky, just wait till next week. It'll be something different.
I've said this many times. We have the Whitman sampler of weather.
Isn't that the truth?
We have some 0 days and 100 days. We have some droughts. We have some floods.
Now you got me thinking about Whitman sampler.
Yeah. Well. Well, before you do that, listen to this story from 1927.
Okay.
And this was an interesting. The journalism just so impresses me.
It's not as good as Electric Avenue.
Well, listen to this. Gene Mitchell is dead, and Will Wilson is in jail here, charged with his murder. Both men are colored and reside in the Hiceville section. The dead man had a reputation of being a bad man. He was a father of Raleigh Mitchell, who was killed in a crap game several years ago.
Well, goodness.
It appears Mitchell had been annoying the family of Wilson from time to time and had been ordered to stay away. Nevertheless, he was there the night of the killing. Only a few words were passed. Then Wilson drew a shotgun and shot Mitchell in the back of the head, killing him instantly.
Good Lord.
He at once telephoned officers to come and arrest him. As the dead man rolled to the ground, his hand came out of his pocket. Clutched tightly therein was an ivory-handled razor. End of story. How's that for a actually, putting some color into the story and telling the way it was? Well, but except for the fact that this is, I guess, the way they were told it was.
Right.
But that was 1927. That's so bad. Gene Mitchell is dead.
I'm saying that definitely get your attention.
Will Wilson is in jail.
There you go.
You got to finish that story.
Yeah, FYI, here's where everybody's at.
Glasgow Times, 1927 it was. Ivory-handled razor. Must be the sharpest ones.
There you go.
All right, so we now let's entertain ourselves in 1937. Here's what's playing at the Trigg Theater.
Okay.
Of course, the Trigg Theater is up here right where Herbert and Pack Law Office is.
Really? I didn't know that.
That's right. It's a theater. And Friday and Saturday of this week in 1937, going to be Hitting the Trail with Tex Ritter.
Mm-hmm.
And but that's on Friday and Saturday. Tex Ritter, he had to do a movie with the name Trail in it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sunday and Monday, it's going to be the movie Exclusive with Fred McMurray, Francis Farmer, and Charlie Ruggles. Some big-time stars there in 1937.
Mm-hmm.
We're just trying to catch our breath and go up to the Trigg and see see Tex Ritter hitting the trail.
There we go.
All right, that was 1937. Now I have done it again. I got 47 out of whack here.
Okay.
I study all this stuff. I just got to learn how to put it back where I got it, so to speak. Well, actually, I think that maybe 1947 might be up here where we've been doing. Some folks requested to get a copy of something. I'll do that. I'll check on that in a second. All right.
Okay.
All right, and so let's go to 1957. The Barron County Wildlife Conservation Club is going to have a potluck dinner Friday in the REA Assembly Room. Fishing trophies will be awarded. This meeting has been designated as guest night. Each member is asked to bring a guest who might be interested in becoming a member.
There you go.
And pretty interesting from 1957. That was the Barron County Wildlife Conservation Club.
It's a long name.
It is, but, you know, they realize we got to do something about this around here. We got to get some conservation going.
Mm-hmm.
That was in 1967. Is that right? It was. No, that was 1957, because here's 1967. There was an article in the Glasgow Times here in 1967.
Okay.
It was sort of a column. And the column was entitled Temple Hill High School Accomplishments, written by Connie Whitlow. So here's the news.
Okay.
Janet Smith was crowned Temple Hill football homecoming queen. Students were sorry to see James Coomer leave Temple Hill for his new position at Heistville. We welcome Mr. James Bailey as his replacement.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some big names there in the history of Barron County schools.
Right.
And sort of the way that the progression of teachers, went back in the day, so to speak. That was 1967. This was the day in 1977. I saw Chris the other day. I need to ask him about this. This was 1977 when Chris Edmonds returned home from a 7,100-mile trip driving along in a 1954 Chevy pickup.
Well.
Visiting his relatives along the way. Now, I just think that is such a neat story where Chris says, yeah, I'm going. I'll be back.
There you go.
Don't worry. I'll be back.
How many miles was it?
A 7,100-mile trip.
That sounds like a weekend bike ride for Eddie Bruner.
Yeah, that's right. It was, and stopping to see your kinfolks, too.
There you go.
That's something that you ought to do ever so often. Visit the loved ones.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Edmonds went out and did that. The Red Man. All right, 1987. This was a sad day. A lot of folks really appreciated the works of this fellow right here. This day in 1987, Reverend J. Hunter Jones, associate minister of the First Christian Church, died suddenly in Louisville on Friday night. It was kind of like shocked the community because I don't remember exactly how old he was, but he was he was a young man and had made a difference in the lives of a lot of folks at the Christian church, and as the song says, done too soon. All right, 1997. Here's what we have. We have, we have this story in 1997. The Glasgow Daily Times news editor, Connie Pickett, has been named the Woman of the Year by the Glasgow B&PW Club. What about that?
That's a honor, definitely.
The B&PW Club does a lot of good works, and they recognize that Miss Connie Pickett was an excellent choice for Woman of the Year. That would have been 20 years ago, 1997. Congratulations.
Time flies.
To Connie and all of her hard work. All right. 2007, 10 years ago. This was the day that Joy Medley Lyons was the guest speaker at the South Central Kentucky Historical and Genealogical Society. She spoke on Bell's Tavern, which, is a topic that folks never get tired of hearing about because of the fact that, it just has such a history there of, the early folks coming to hang out at Mammoth Cave, all that kind of stuff. It's in the history books. It's in the archives.
It is.
And South Central Kentucky Cultural Center is tickled to death to be housing those archives and to be helping folks learn a little more about the thing that makes us a neat community, our history. Let's see. I guess that pretty much brings us to where we need to be here this morning.
There we go.
From the standpoint of history. Now, I do want to throw in here, though, get my correct notes up here, Angela, about tomorrow night. Right.
Thursday night.
Thursday night. That's when the Barron County Historical Society is going to be having the program Hauntings, Rumors, Scandals, and Murders.
That is going to be really cool. I want to go to that.
Okay, well, I'll tell you when it is. It's tomorrow night at 6 o'clock.
Right.
At Mary Wood Weldon Library. Now, Georgette Lee of Glasgow is going to be speaking on urban legends. She'll include tragic incidents that were kept quiet at the time to possibly protect the privacy of the people involved. She will discuss several examples of legends from the rural areas of Barron County that remain today.
There you go.
And why some of them never truly disappear. I think it's going to be a neat program. And, you know, we've proven on the archives time and time again that they didn't fudge on detail back in the day.
Right.
In fact, most of the detail from 100 years ago was a lot more ooey gooey and creepy.
I'm saying.
Than what we report now.
A little like TMI is what they call that, too much information.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's coming up on Thursday night, 6 o'clock. And thanks to our sponsors of the archives, folks who really appreciate history, talking about Joseph A. Wade, Industrial Hardware Services, and talking about the Tony Hogan Health Clinic.
Right.
Good folk.
Definitely.
We'll reconvene tomorrow. Who knows what we'll find out tomorrow. Come on back.
Life insurance service is what it's all about at Bailey Gibson. From the showroom to the service bay, we offer the most up-to-date service and sales available. If you know Dad, you know he's not too keen on high-tech gadgets. His flip phone is about as techy as he gets. Because of Dad's down-to-earth approach in business, Bailey Gibson customers know they can depend on us for the best price on their newer used vehicle. Stop by or give us a call and find out what true personal service is all about.
Come on, give my Danny a call.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance. Growing with a proud community since 1902.
What surprise. Can you name the 5 richest people in the world? No? Well, these are special people, big achievers. But achievements such as these are quickly forgotten. Maybe you can name 5 teachers who helped you in school and made an impact on you. Name 5 friends who helped you through difficult situations. Or 5 people who just make you feel special. The people who make a difference in your life are the ones that care about you. Make a difference in someone else's life. The Bible says in 1 John 3:18, "Little children, let us not love in word or in tongue, but in deed and in truth." Make a difference. Show someone you care. This has been Bart Warren for the South Green Street Church of Christ.
I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50+ years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Well, I love it. I know, right? I saw it and I was just like, oh, I have to have it.
Is it suede?
Suede. Love suede.
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments, there's one of these.
Well, I love it. I know, right? I saw it and I was like, have to have it. Is it suede? It's suede. I love suede.
That's why we're there with renter's insurance when things go wrong, but also here with a rewards credit card to help life go right. State Farm.
Talk to State Farm agent Mike Bryant in Glasgow today.
Weather from the WCLU Weather Center. Brought to you by South Central Bank.
The Glasgow EPB is on Facebook and Twitter. Be the first to know when the EPB makes improvements such as new channels or new services. Wondering what's going on during an outage? The EPB provides constantly updated information that you can receive via Twitter on your cell phone. Plus, learn great new tips to lower your bill. On Facebook, just search for Glasgow Electric Plant Board and click the like button at the top right. On Twitter, search for the Glasgow EPB, then follow us and have updates linked to your cell phone. The Glasgow EPB, bringing you the future fast.
Central Bank, member FDIC.
Real good looking weather now as we head through the next couple of days. It goes downhill a little bit late week into the upcoming weekend. Clouds hanging tough here this morning, and clouds actually keeping temperatures up in some spots. So instead of 30s and frosty, if you've got some cloud cover around, your numbers may actually be up a few degrees. There are some frost advisories around in some areas. Frost advisory expires mid-morning. Will go on through today. With sunshine, limited, generally cloudy. Highs only in the mid-50s. Overnight tonight, partly cloudy down to a colder 36. Once again, areas of patchy frost around. I think a better chance, too, with the sky being a little clearer. Sunshine and 65 tomorrow. Friday, some showers in the afternoon, low 70s, and then periods of rain early Saturday. High Saturday only in the upper 40s, and that's not even the worst of it. On Sunday, a mix of clouds and sunshine, highs in the mid-40s. Overnight lows could get down into the upper 20s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, a Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. Let's look at our current conditions. The barometric pressure this morning is at 29.93, 84% humidity. Southwest winds about 5 miles an hour. 44 from WCLU this morning.
Do you use a debit?
Hello.
That'll be $349.07. Sir, I can't take that, and that's only about $120 anyway.
But the Magic Man pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
Top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused with Magic Mike.
BR Tire. We're always on call, and we answer the call. We know that's what keeps our loyal customers coming back season after season, year after year. With so many vying for your business, improving our service is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. From our easy-to-navigate website to our easy-to-deal-with service department, we work hard to make it easy for you to choose us. No one keeps you rolling like BR Tire. On Lovers Lane in Bowling Green and West Main Street in Glasgow.
Finally, I found chicken tenders that can pass as mine, which is nice because I've got better things to do.
Andre, I need a longer straw.
Introducing McDonald's Buttermilk Crispy Tenders. Juicy and made with 100% white meat.
You're watching WCLU's live and local morning show on all your favorite social media platforms, WCLUradio.com and EPB Channel 6.
Today we're patting on the back by a special request, Anna Williams. It's Anna Williams Day on the radio, and that's because Anna has a birthday tomorrow, and we're trying to be sure that we get to work her in so we can pat her on the back and let her know she's good as gold from WCLU and a little taste of Texas. And we're coming right back to play trivia this morning, so make sure that thinking cap is fitting good today.
Do you feel like your Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store? And that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
At Fire Pit Spirits, our #1 priority is responsibility. Number 2 and number 3 are our great service and our huge selection. So if you do drink alcohol, we want you to do so responsibly. Get the service you deserve in our store or in our convenient drive-thru window. You can even call ahead at 678-BEER and we'll have it ready for you. We built our store from the ground up to ensure the largest selection and variety. But if we don't have what you're looking for, let us know. We appreciate your business here at Fire Pit Spirits in Glasgow.
Healing begin.
Thank you, Miss Brittany. It's 44 degrees now at WCLU. We are ready to play trivia. And in doing so, we have a question that we're going to ask. You provide the answer, and the folks at Extreme will provide a pass that you can go and check out some of the many wonderful services at perhaps Extreme Fitness, maybe Extreme Health, some of the other extreme entities. They're all wonderful. You can win. Let's get ready.
Extreme Fitness members are there for the right reason.
I feel like if you're going to the gym, you are in the process of developing a better you. It's something you're always going to be wanting to do, and the gym gives you that to go in and crush your daily goal, but to always be developing a better you. I choose Extreme because of the family atmosphere. Everybody there knows you by name. You always see a friendly face, and that's why I choose Extreme.
So what can excellent facilities, dedicated staff, and a welcoming atmosphere do for you? Head to Extreme Fitness to find out.
All right, 651-9149, 800-956-1023. If you can answer this question, then Extreme is going to make it extremely enjoyable for you to come for a visit. Here we go. What's in a name in music? By what name is Calvin Broadus better known? Calvin Broadus is the name of this person, but in the world of music, this person goes by a different name. Who is it? Calvin Broadus. 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Boy, all the lines are ringing. Let's see who knows. Trivia.
Is it Snoop Dogg?
It is Snoop Dogg. Who is this speaking?
This is Dennis Smith.
Hello, Dennis Smith. How you doing?
Doing well. How about you, Henry?
I'm all right. All is well. So now you've got to explain about how you knew so quickly about Snoop Dogg.
The other night on television, they had him listed, and then in parentheses, they had his original name.
Yeah. Well, see, you were being really sharp there, Dennis, to observe this because, I thought that maybe the Broadus might confuse a few people because it's not spelled exactly the way I would spell Broadus.
Absolutely.
Broadus. Calvin Broadus, a very successful entertainer. Snoop Doggy Dogg.
And now I think he's going into some television and direction and all that other.
Well, I mean, I think there's no question he's I was trying to... Is that Snoop? Is that the control room playing Snoop over there?
That's me trying to that's me trying to find a clip of this that does not have profanity in it.
Okay, well, you got to know how to look for it, Angela.
Absolutely.
But that's from her personal collection, I might add.
You have no idea.
So anyway, all right, Dennis, good deal. Thanks for paying attention and watching TV, and you saw his name, Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Yes.
But he was born by the name of Calvin Broadus. And we'll play trivia tomorrow. Dennis, you come by, we'll send you out to Extreme, okay?
Thank you, Henry. Have
See
a good
you later.
day.
Bye-bye. Dennis Smith, that's right. Dennis says, yeah, I know that name. Calvin Broadus. But today he's known as Snoop Dogg. Snoop Doggy Dogg. And if you didn't know that, or if you had forgotten that, or if you weren't aware of that, now you know. And we'll play trivia again tomorrow. Thanks to Extreme.
CBS. Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Persley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, Outpatient Services Center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50+ years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
A hometown experience with honest people, a novel idea, not at Bailey Gibson. We understand you work hard for your money and deserve the best when shopping for a vehicle. Times are tough and buying a vehicle is a big decision. Dad prides himself in having honest employees who will help in any way they can before and after your purchase. At Bailey Gibson, we pledge to give you a hometown experience with honest people. Now that's an idea you can bank on.
780. This is WCLU Glasgow, WCLU FM Unfordville, W253BN Glasgow. Services of Royce Radio Incorporated.
8 minutes after 7 o'clock and 44 degrees from WCLU this morning as we get our start. It's going to get a little bit cooler as we head toward the weekend. We'll check in with Ray Stajic in just a couple of minutes. Time now for our top story at 7 o'clock, and we're proud to actually have two top stories at 7 today. Angela Briggs, news director, has not one but two top stories that she's going to share in this morning's top story at 7.
School district leaders in the area are not shying away from telling how they feel about the upcoming pension reform. Monday evening, area school superintendents stood united on the issue.
Legislators will make the decision on our behalf, and this decision will impact taxpayers, school districts, local schools, classroom teachers, and ultimately every child that walks through the doors of our public schools.
For WCLU News, I'm Wes Royce with your top story at 7. I'm sitting in for Angela this morning because while a lot happened at the Glasgow City Council meeting on Monday night, just down the road on the same night in Bowling Green at Warren East High School, nearly every superintendent in the region held a press conference to voice their concern for Governor Matt Bevin's proposed pension plan.
For almost 25 years, a percentage of my paycheck has been taken and placed in a defined benefit program. I signed paperwork indicating a promise that I would do my part. Now, fast forward 20 years. Our governor is insisting the very ones who never missed a single payment make up for the lack of our elected officials keeping the promise.
Currently, the state retirement program is severely underfunded, and Governor Bevin and his staff have not yet proposed an official piece of legislation, but much speculation has been made about some of the things the governor has said that may be in that plan, including an additional 3% contribution from state employees.
The negative impacts that are being discussed and perhaps that will be revealed in the near future cause great concern for the prominence and viability of the Kentucky public education system. Speaking as a superintendent of a medium-sized school district, the costs associated with the governor's talking points will place a number of our state's public school districts in financial peril. Failure to fund education. Is this the best for Kentucky's children?
The three superintendents in Barron County, Bo Matthews with Barron County Schools, Cornelius Faulkner with Caverna Independent, and Keith Hale with Glasgow Independent Schools, told WCLU their concerns with what they're hearing out of Frankfort.
If we're not careful, well-intentioned legislation may do something that does irreparable damage to public education. And it's up to us to make sure everyone's fully informed and can make a decision, communicate that to our local elected officials.
At the moment, we have a teacher shortage in certain areas, and we're looking for teachers every year, and it makes it even hard to get a qualified person right now, to serve in the role of a teacher. So, it's tough all the way around, especially knowing that the colleges, the decline in the percentage of people going in that field is already down.
We calculated we could have up to 40 teachers retire in that period and just filling those spots, and a lot of those as administrative positions as well. And this I guess, propaganda is coming out at a time that the people that we will hire in 5 years are the kids that are graduating this year, going into college, and trying to decide on a major.
You know, every time you turn around, when something happens, it seems like it happens to education. Without teachers, you don't have everything else. Everything else flows through the educational process. You know, give us what we need to do our job.
It's time to show some support for Leoma and give our kids the hope that they deserve for a bright future.
The governor shared his talking points. We don't have the proposed legislation in hand. Right now, we can only speculate what's in the details. We've got to make sure that this proposed legislation doesn't wind up costing the Commonwealth more money. I think this is a critical time. We need folks to support public education. We know what it means to our Commonwealth, and that's our children. They're our greatest asset.
One person in the crowd, Stephanie Spence, who is Bo Matthews' administrative assistant, felt there was cause for concern.
Does it kind of irk you a little bit that...
It does. It's very aggravating, very frustrating. You know, I see the cuts that public education takes on an ongoing basis and the sacrifices that are made, and then to have this attack on our mainstream teachers is big. Good teachers are hard to find. You know, they've paid into the system, they've paid their part, and they're not getting the promise that were made when they first signed a contract in public education in any shape or form. That's very disheartening, discouraging, and frustrating.
You know, educators, they don't have a backup plan to rely on Social Security in the future. They never have been able to pay into the system. That's why it's so important that we shore up our current system. That has to create some passion among certainly educators, and then we also need the public to understand all the things that have been proposed and what the consequences may be of this proposed legislation. And please make an informed decision. Let your voice be heard to the local elected officials.
Every superintendent who spoke at the press conference reiterated the importance of contacting your local legislature. That number is 1-800-372-7181. You can see the full press conference at watchwclu.com. This is Wes Royce with your top story at 7.
Down with Caitlin Burks, who is not only a senior at WKU Glasgow, but a member of one of my favorite groups, the WKU Glasgow Green Toppers. How you doing this morning?
Good, good.
Now, tell me, you're from Tompkinsville, Monroe County native.
Mm-hmm.
You're a senior at Western.
Yes.
What do you want to be when you get out of school?
I'm going into elementary education, and I want to be a teacher.
Such a brave soul. Such a brave soul. And now, you're able to get that degree, or the vast majority, on Glasgow's campus.
Yes, I was actually able to get all my classes at Glasgow campus. I had to go to Bowling Green for one class, but it wasn't because it wasn't offered. It was just not a good time slot for me. So,
what kind of difference has that made, having a campus like that close to home?
I love it, and it's such a close community at the campus, and you get to know all the staff, all the administrators, you get to know most of the professors, and they know you by name, and it just makes a big difference.
It's not like all the regional campuses around. It's definitely different.
It is. It's different.
And now one thing is that a lot of regional campuses, you know, you've got commuters, there aren't really a lot of events held, but the Buy Local Pumpkin Fest Fall Festival, you guys are doing that again this year, sponsored by the Green Toppers.
Yes.
Now tell me a little bit about what folks can expect from that event.
So we are going to have Gross's Greenhouse. They're going to set out pumpkins and mums for sale, and you can buy these pumpkins, and we're going to have a pumpkin painting contest. Some of the prizes include some tokens to the Bounty of the Barons Farmers Market, and then we're going to have a pumpkin walk. So it's kind of like a cake walk,
right, for pumpkins.
Give away a pumpkin.
And now one thing I think that people may not understand is that local producers can give you a much wider variety of pumpkins and mums. You know, you don't have to go to a big box store to get the best quality and a big variety. You can get it this Wednesday at WKU Glasgow. Now, you guys are going to be set up right there in the front doors, 11 to 4:30?
Yes.
Now, for folks that may not know about the Green Toppers, what is the Glasgow Green Toppers?
So we're a sustainability group on campus.
Now, sustainability, what does that mean?
So whenever people think of sustainability, they usually think of sometimes like the tree hugger.
How many trees have you hugged on the road?
I've never hugged a tree. But I do believe in sustainability. One big aspect that we focus on is the local economy part, and why it's really important to buy local from our local vendors.
Absolutely, because basically it's all about meeting your needs in a way that you don't prevent future generations from meeting your needs. And one way to do that is by supporting your local economy, which again, folks can do on Glasgow's campus this Wednesday, 11 to 4:30. Now, if folks want to find out more about the Green Toppers, where can they get that information?
We have a Facebook page, WKU Glasgow Green Toppers. You can go on and like us on there. We try to keep posted about some of our events coming up, which our big event is our Buy Local Fall Festival.
There you go. And again, these pumpkins did not have, travel miles and miles to get there. They're from Barron County, they're local pumpkins. And as I've said many times before, every dollar spent locally turns over 7 times before it leaves the county. So, folks, get out there, WKU Glasgow, this Wednesday, 11 to 4:30. Buy local pumpkins. Support these Green Toppers. It's my favorite organization. I'm sorry, so biased on this issue. But again, Glasgow Green Toppers. Caitlin Burks, thank you so much for coming by, and I'll see you out there Wednesday.
I'll see you Wednesday. Thanks for having me.
Thanks. Angela Briggs with WCLU, and this is your top story at 7.
Drop your change in the bottom of your purse. Did you know that loose change could help someone struggling to pay their electric bill? The Glasgow EPB has partnered with Community Relief for a new Roundup program. By agreeing to have your EPB bill rounded to the next highest dollar, the change will be provided to Community Relief to help the less fortunate here in our community. Your spare pennies can make a huge difference for those struggling to pay for their vital electricity. If you're interested in the program, please call the Glasgow EPB at 651-8341.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lesenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lesenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Persley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lesenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Go.
With WCLU Local News, I'm Angela Briggs. State Police investigated a 2-vehicle fatal collision on Kentucky 61 near the intersection of 449, just 6 miles south of Burkesville on Monday. 31-year-old Ryan Cleary of Burkesville was operating a 2011 Jeep, traveling north on 61 when, for an unknown reason, state police say he crossed the center line and directly into the pathway of a 2011 Mack semi-truck and trailer, driven by 34-year-old Jordan Turner of Albany. Cleary was transported to the Cumberland County Hospital by Cumberland County EMS, where he was pronounced dead by the Cumberland County coroner. Cleary and Turner were both wearing their seatbelts. Turner was uninjured in the collision. A construction project will temporarily close a section of US 68 Edmonton Road just west of the Metcalfe County line at mile marker 23 in Barron County. The closure begins Monday, October 30th, is expected to reopen on Wednesday, November the 8th. A detour for through traffic will be in place and will utilize Kentucky 1519 and the Cumberland Parkway. Local traffic may choose to use Love Knob Road, Big Meadow Road, and Kentucky 60. The construction project will consist of replacing a box culvert on Edmonton Road. The project was awarded in August to Charles DeWeese Construction in the amount of right at $100,000. And a plaque attached to the statue of Jefferson Davis in the state capitol rotunda is being removed because it refers to the Confederate president as a hero. Tom Latek wrote on Kentucky Today, the Historic Properties Advisory Commission voted unanimously in a special meeting Tuesday to remove the plaque, which will eventually be replaced, according to the commission chairman, Steve Collins. The plaque had language designating Davis as a patriot, hero, and statesman. He said, "There are people who think he was heroic, and there are people who don't think he was heroic. We decided to remove the plaque to eliminate the subjective language. The commission's Rotunda Committee will come up with new language, providing educational context for the statue, and other items in the Capitol, Collins said. The Civil War was a critical time in our history. Our country probably had to go through that in order to eliminate slavery, to settle some constitutional issues with respect to secession, states' rights, and that was all part of history at the time. The plaque will probably be removed by the Office of Historic Properties and Division of Facilities, Collins said. Will not be destroyed but kept as a historic relic. And we've got another new business, which means another ribbon cutting. Here's Ernie Myers with the Glasgow-Barron County Chamber of Commerce.
Folks, we're going to have another ribbon cutting this morning. Glasgow-Barron County Chamber of Commerce will have a ribbon cutting down at the Mattingly Farms. Will be at 10 o'clock this morning. That's where Kenny's Farmhouse Country Cheese is made. We're going to celebrate Mattingly's getting new robotic milkers, along with delving into agritourism. They have a lodging facility that they're going to open up, and we're going to cut the ribbon for that this morning. So Kenny's Farmhouse Country Cheese is located at 2033 Thomerson Park Road. You can either go to Dry Fork and take a right, or you can go down 31E South, take a left onto 87 there in front of Barron River State Park. Go down and take a left there at Tracy, and go down to Kenny's Farmhouse Country Cheese, where we'll be cutting the ribbon for the Mattingly Farm improvements that they've put into place down there. So come down, celebrate new opportunities for business, new opportunities for employment, and one fine place to buy yourself some cheese. So that's what's going on with the Glasgow-Barron County Chamber of Commerce, where we're working together, building a better community.
With WCLU Local News, I'm Angela Briggs.
Hello.
That'll be 3.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Ed Huckleberry. A man wanted in more than 20 counties for stealing thousands of dollars worth of property is now behind bars. Dario Maurice Cruz is accused of crimes stretching from Boone County in northern Kentucky to Laurel County in southern Kentucky and even into Tennessee. Mercer County Sheriff's Captain Scott Elder tells WKYT there were multiple well-thought-out crimes in his county.
You could just tell by the way the evidence laid itself out that you were dealing with an individual that has done this before.
Maurice Cruz was spotted driving in Lexington. A pursuit continued until he was finally stopped in Bourbon County. No one is saying why Kentucky's top 2 election officials no longer have jobs. The State Board of Elections fired Executive Director Mary Ellen Allen and top assistant Matthew Self yesterday without explanation. Secretary of State Allison Lundergan Grimes said the board decided that the two were no longer needed. Self said he thinks he lost his job because he filed an ethics complaint earlier this year and he was asking questions. A Jefferson County woman shot and killed in an officer-involved shooting Monday in Shelby County is becoming a complicated case. Family members say Ashley Bertucci was struggling with depression after the breakup with her boyfriend. Her uncle, Tom Bertucci, tells WLKY.
She wanted to go to this ex-boyfriend's house, and I think somebody heard that she was doing this, so they notified police, and that's why the police went out to his house to see was he okay, checking up on his welfare.
Bertucci was in a parked car when police arrived on the scene. She was shot and died a short time later. Police in Warren County are conducting a death investigation after the discovery of a body at a home. The body of Jessica Feldman was found Tuesday, her death labeled suspicious. I'm Ed Huckleberry.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Hello.
That'll be $349.07. Sir, I can't take that, and that's only about $120 anyway.
But the Magic Man pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
Top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused with Magic Mike.
Personal service is what it's all about at Bailey Gibson. From the showroom to the service bay, we offer the most up-to-date service and sales available. If you know Dad, you know he's not too keen on high-tech gadgets. His flip phone is about as techy as he gets. Because of Dad's down-to-earth approach in business, Bailey Gibson customers know they can depend on us for the best price on their newer used vehicle. Stop by or give us a call and find out what true personal service is all about.
Come on, give my dandy a call.
It means a lot when a business can say they've been in operation for 44 years. Whitty's Muffler and Alignment begins its 44th year grateful for the thousands of customers they've done work for. Whitty's has always reinvested back into the business with new diagnostic tools and equipment to work on the latest technology. From engines to tires and alignment to mufflers, transmissions, and so much more, Hack Whitty started it that way. And Marita, David, and Becky, the second and third generations, are there every day carrying out that commitment. 211 Rogers Road in Glasgow, the home of Whitty's Muffler and Alignment, is the well-established hub of state-of-the-art car repairs, accessories, tires, and, coming soon, a revolutionary opportunity that will let you avoid costly out-of-pocket repair bills. Whitty's Muffler and Alignment, celebrating 44 years and looking forward to many more.
Well, we've been able to hold on to 44 degrees here this morning, and not any cooler. I really expected it to be a few degrees cooler, but I think Ray did too. But so far, things are working out all right. Let's check in with staff meteorologist Ray Static to kind of see where we're headed over the next couple of days.
We are going to run some chilly weather across the region as we head on through today. A little bit milder as we go through tomorrow and Friday, then much colder as we look ahead toward the weekend. Coldest air mass so far this fall. Overnight lows freezing or lower. Frost advisories expired this morning. Only in the 50s today. Normal high is 70. Tonight we'll fall to a colder 36 in many places. Then there will be frost around again. Sunshine tomorrow, warmer, 65. Rain gear for Friday, showers in the afternoon, low 70s. And we could have the rain linger into early Saturday as a stronger cold front comes through. Saturday only in the upper 40s. Sunday clouds and sunshine in the mid 40s with lows in the upper 20s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Yeah, get ready for those upper 20s. That makes it official. It's going to be chilly. 44 this morning. The humidity is at 84% of saturation. Winds out of the west at about 4 miles an hour. And the pressure is, let's see, let me get back up here on the barometer, make sure we're still where we thought we were, 29.93. 44 degrees, WCLU.
Fire Pit Spirits, our number one priority is responsibility. Number 2 and number 3 are our great service and our huge selection. So if you do drink alcohol, we want you to do so responsibly. Get the service you deserve in our store or in our convenient drive-through window. You can even call ahead at 678-BEER and we'll have it ready for you. We built our store from the ground up to ensure the largest selection and variety. But if we don't have what you're looking for, let us know. We appreciate your business here at Fire Pit Spirits in Glasgow.
Finally, I found chicken tenders that can pass as mine, which is nice because I've got better things to do.
Oh. Introducing McDonald's Buttermilk Crispy Tenders. Juicy and made with 100% white meat.
Well, I love it.
I know, right? I saw it and I was just like, oh, I have to have it.
Is it suede?
Suede. Love suede.
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments, there's one of these.
Well, I love it. I know, right? I saw it and I was like, have to have it. Is it suede? It's suede. I love suede.
That's why we're there with renter's insurance when things go wrong, but also here with a rewards credit card to help life go right. State Farm.
Talk to State Farm agent Mike Bryant in Glasgow today.
Lesenberry.
2. Winterize your summer home with RV antifreeze at just $2.79 per gallon. And the birds will appreciate your help with feeding. Get 20 pounds of wild bird seed for $5.97. Get ahead of Mother Nature and save now at Lesenberry Do It Center, 1010 West Main, Glasgow.
Good morning, friends. Have we drifted? Do we still have the spirit of the apostles in our service to and worship of the God of all heaven and earth? A lot is said about going back to the Bible or restoring New Testament Christianity or old-time religion. In the attempt to go back or restore or resurrect that old-time religion, a great many things are done by Christians. Some people call for more in-depth Bible study. Some for a change in the way things are done. This change is usually headed back in the direction of the traditions of a bygone generation. Some seek a so-called baptism of the Spirit. These things may miss the point to some degree. One need look no further than Acts 2:42 to find the formula for old-time religion or New Testament Christianity. There it's recorded that the first church continued steadfastly in the apostles' doctrine, the breaking of bread, the fellowship, and prayers. Therefore, to go back to old-time religion is to study deeply the Word of God and walk by its direction, to regularly remember the Lord's death, burial, and resurrection by observing the Lord's Supper every first day of the week, to have a united fellowship with all believers, shown by an undying commitment to one another, and a continued getting together, and finally by constant prayers to God the Father. Old-time religion is not about jumping and shouting, but rather it's wrapped up in those things that were characteristic of the first church. This is Danny Wyatt for the Refuge Church of Christ.
Thank you, Danny. We've got birthdays to tell you about today here in WCLU. Ralphie's Fun Center makes birthdays fun, and we like the fact that Ralphie sponsors the birthdays here on WCLU, and you're going to enjoy the big Saturday night get-together, the Halloween Fest at Ralphie's Fun Center that's going to be coming up on Saturday night. We've been talking a whole lot about it, but you just need to know that it's going to be a very special evening indeed. A lot of special things for you out there at Ralphie's Fun Center, and it's going to be a fun place to hang for sure on Saturday evening. Birthdays today for Scarlett Gossett. Jessie Hurt has a birthday today. Jessie, I believe it was your sister-in-law who called up to wish you a happy birthday on this 25th day of October. We have Daniel Crumpton, who is turning 10, Barbara Reed, Dalton Stevens, David Honeycutt, Gilbert Piper, Griffin Ross Jackson is turning 7. Jeff Bennett has a birthday today as well. So that's where we stand. Don't forget we're patting Anna Williams on the back today. If you happen to see Anna Williams around town today, we'd be tickled if you'd pat her on the back too and tell her she's good as gold. From WCLU and a little taste of Texas. Looking forward to seeing you over there for lunch and for dinner today.
See It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
Winding down and tickets are going fast, and I can tell you right now, we just have one pair of tickets we're going to be giving away left. So don't count on us to get you in the door. It'd be nice if you win them, but I wouldn't hold off because the tickets are going to be continuing to go fast for 10th Avenue North. Be listening. You never know when we're going to slip in there and give you the chance to win a pair of tickets. 7:34. Stand by for Tidbit News.
Are you looking for a new career or maybe just part-time work? Ahead Staffing in Glasgow and Bowling Green can help make that happen. They're now taking applications for immediate job openings in the manufacturing and food production industry with competitive pay and benefits. The job market is in high demand for new employees, so whether you're looking for a full-time or part-time job, go see Ahead Staffing in Glasgow or Bowling Green and get started on a path to your own fulfilling career. You must be able to pass a drug test and you will be subject to a background check. Call 270-904-3777 in Bowling Green, or in Glasgow, call 270-361-5119 to learn more. Or you can always go to aheadstaffingbg.com. With so many opportunities available, see why Ahead Staffing is the place so many in Southern Kentucky have chosen to help find the right job for them. And don't forget to visit aheadstaffingbg.com.
From the north, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
Around the world, up the street, Tidbit News, interesting things. I've been scratching around for a theme for this morning's program.
And what is it?
Well, I mean, I haven't been able to come up with one, but it's kind of trashy.
I'll come up with one.
All right.
Let's hear what you got.
How about, well, anyway, tell you what, it's story number 1.
Trashy?
Yeah.
That's the theme.
Yeah.
Trashy.
Well, you'll see.
I like trashy, just a little on the trashy side.
Yeah, that's right. How about we'll get the tractors out and play them. Okay. All right, this is out of Henrietta, New York. What's in a name? Well, there's a story about a runaway garbage truck. Okay. that slammed into an upstate New York gift shop. The name of the gift shop? A Beautiful Mess. The owner, Ms. Jerry Flack, says she received a call from police Monday morning saying that a garbage truck had rolled away from a gas station in Henrietta, traveled across the street, and crashed into her store, causing extensive damage. WHAM-TV reports that the gas station workers say the truck driver parked there to use the bathroom, and the truck had rolled away by the time that he had returned. No one was injured, but the truck's impact caused serious structural damage to the 200-year-old brick building. Ms. Flack says she doesn't know if she'll be able to reopen it in time for the Christmas shopping season. Interesting little story.
Back-to-back days of cars going into buildings.
That's right.
And that story reminds me of the time when I was 3 years old. We were living in Paris, Tennessee, and you went in to get me some ice cream at a convenience store. Mm-hmm. And then what happened was right before you left the car running, which you can't do anymore today.
Right.
But left the car running. I think I was 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And you said, "Don't touch anything."
Mm-hmm.
So what did I do?
Yeah, you put it in reverse.
And to this day, that's the last time I've seen you run.
Yeah. Well, I could move back then too. Of course, that was 30 years ago.
You ran and stopped that car.
I got you.
Opened the door and put your hand on the brake.
Big intersection.
Yeah, the busiest intersection in Paris, Tennessee.
Well, the thing is that could have been a disaster.
It could have been.
Much like this was a disaster there.
We wouldn't be doing Tidbit News right now.
No, that's right. But it worked out, and we both learned a lot. I learned more than you did.
Yeah.
But I think this is a garbage truck runs into a store called A Beautiful Mess. But I do like the fact that it was reported.
They probably sold folk art.
Yeah, and I like the fact that it was reported by WHAM-TV. WHAM.
Is that in Birmingham?
No, this is in New York. I guess close to the Hamptons. I don't know. All right, this is garbage story number 2. A Delaware judge says a woman who says that she slipped on the remnants of a sandwich can continue her lawsuit against a popular convenience store chain.
Yeah.
Get this. Lisa Donovan says she slipped and fell on, quote, hoagie guts, unquote, or discarded sandwich pieces in the parking lot of a Wawa store in 2014.
That sounds terrible.
Defense attorneys asked for summary judgment in their favor, arguing that Donovan had failed to identify a liability expert on the issue of whether the store was negligent. Donovan argued that an expert was unnecessary because the need to sweep up trash in a parking lot is something the average person can understand.
Well, I'll tell you this. Normally, I'm not a big fan of people just suing people for things that were really their fault.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm gonna be in these people's favor, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I can't stand when you go somewhere and you get a sandwich, like a hamburger, and the people at the restaurant, the fast food place, they just throw it together, and you can't eat it without getting your clothes dirty and your hands soaked in mustard and mayonnaise and all that. And maybe this will cause the restaurant industry to be more conscious of how they put a sandwich together.
Yeah, so you're saying it's the issue's construction.
I'm saying it's my biggest pet peeve when I order a Whopper or something.
All right.
And, I look like I've been out driving a runaway garbage truck after I eat it.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about that. So go, I'm all for this person suing for the hoagie guts. Now, having said that, I don't want anything that's got guts in it. If you have to call it that, then it's not a good sandwich.
The judge agreed with Ms. Donovan last week, saying a splattered hoagie in a parking lot is no different than water on the floor of a grocery store.
That's right.
There's an interesting little thing.
Preach on.
All right, those are the 2 trash stories.
Okay.
For today.
Trashy.
That's right. As reported by WHAM-TV.
WHAM.
And finally, this story, the president of a New Jersey university is using his culinary skills and his hot sauces to help raise money for student scholarships. Get this. Rowan University President Ali Houshmand has been making sauces for years, been making hot sauces for years. He began doing it in his free time, providing the sauces to family and friends. In recent years, though, he's been selling his sauces online and on campus. He's been working with experts at the Rutgers Food Innovation Center and turning the various peppers that he grows in the garden to Rowan's South Jersey Technology Park. He comes up with 3 different types of sauces. All the proceeds go to Rowan Student Scholarship Fund. Here's the 3 sauces, and these remind me of bottles that I've seen sitting around your barbecue grill before.
Okay.
The 3 sauces are Allie's Nasty, Nastylicious, and Nasty Vicious. Your 3 choices from the college president turned sauce master.
They ought to have on campus. This would be a great fundraiser, and maybe if they're listening up there in Jersey, they should have the hot sauce Olympics.
Yeah, well, it's the next natural thing to happen,
because you know what I'm talking about, right?
I do. Yes.
Like there's people out there that pride themselves on their ability to digest the ghost pepper, or the hottest of hot sauces.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of silly, but hey, if they're willing to be that silly, I'm gonna watch them. I don't know. There's a hot that I like. Like I don't want not hot, but then there's just silly. Then there's like going to the ambulance kind of hot. And I don't know why. I don't know why they make it. I don't know why anybody would ever need a ghost pepper. Have you ever had a ghost pepper?
No, I haven't.
I've had like literally almost like a grain of actual black pepper, about that much of one, and it ruined my week. And then of course I've had peppers that were straight out of the garden. That's the worst time to eat them because they are as hot as they can get when you just pick them.
Well, I mean, the thing is, you got to be careful if you had that Olympics for sure.
Yeah, the hot sauce Olympics. People, I'm telling you, there will be people on YouTube watching that live.
Yeah, well, might be the next big thing, as they say.
That would be a good fundraiser.
All right, so there we have it. That's the trashy tidbits for today. We'll come back tomorrow. Who knows what sort of a theme we can latch on to.
Hot off the press.
That's right.
This is Gay Fleener from the Empty Nest at Pharmacy Express. And as my husband says, we take being a good neighbor to heart. So we work hard to bring you the latest trends in gifts, jewelry, and accessories. Come by today and see what's new at the Empty Nest, because there's always an occasion or a reason to shop, giving you fresh ideas and a great selection. We're here to help. That's what we do.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
Would you like to choose when you pay your electric bill? With EPB iPay, you can. iPay allows you to draft money into your electric account online or at our office. The myusage.com website lets you keep track of how much electricity you're using and lets you know your current balance. When your account's getting low, you can get reminders to add more money to your electric account by text or email. With iPay, there's no due date, no late fees. Sign up for iPay at the EPB office at 100 Mallory Drive.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of.